So now let's next take a look at powers of I. We already know that I squared equals -1. I cubed, that's just I times both sides of the previous one, so -I. I to the fourth is going to be one more copy of I multiplied to both sides of the previous line. And I squared is -1, but we already have a negative there. They're going to cancel each other out. And then when we go to I to the fifth, we'll get I again. I to the sixth, that would be multiplying one copy of I to both sides of the previous line. And we're back to -1. It's going to keep going around and around. Powers of I, you either have I itself, -1, -I, or 1. If you think that sounds strange, it's like a 4-hour clock instead of a 12-hour clock. Now let's make use of the fact that it goes around every 4 hours, or powers. So we have this 4-hour clock. So with 19, if I divided that by 4 would go into that 4 times, and we'd have a remainder of 3. That would mean we could start at I, go around the clock 4 times, and end up at I cubed. I'm going to give a little more to justify that. Let's see here. I to the 19th, closest multiple to 19, but still less than it, multiple of 4 is 16. So I could break that up as I to the 16th times I cubed. I to the 16th would be the same as I to the 4th power. Multiply those two exponents that are right next to each other. Whereas here, we've got another copy of I as a base in the way. And so those get added to give us the 19. So we've got I to the 4th power times that I cubed. We found out just a moment ago, I to the 4th is 1. And 1 to the 4th is 1. I cubed is -I. And so our final answer here is the same as I cubed. It's -I.